Right guys, so today I'm just going to do a little bit of a video with the Rx10iv. A couple of people recently have asked me about the sync speeds of the flash gun. So if you're buying a flash gun, what sync speeds they can go up to. Well, at the moment the light's not that great in the room. Got a little bit of sunlight casting from behind me, but nothing major. As soon as I step in front of it, you're going to get shadow. So at the moment my exposure, ISO 100 f5.6, is half a second. So it's not that much light in here. So we pop the flash up, so we've got a little pop-up flash, and now we can obviously probably take a picture around about that, and we'll see what we get. You know, a very boring, very sort of generic picture of an apple, with a little bit of shadowing and stuff, because obviously I'm shooting from high up. But if we took the flash off camera, so if I got a flash gun, for example, like this Sony HVL60RM, we can put it on top of the camera, or we can have it wireless with some wireless triggers or whatever. But it's more about the sync speeds. So with this camera, with the pop-up flash, we can go up to 1,000th of a second. So there we go. So 1,000th of a second is a high, very, very high sync speed, considering the average mirrorless camera or even DSLR maybe is 1/200th on the average, I would say. 160, a lot of them. The more modern ones, the A1 from 1/400th of a second. Some of the other cameras may be slightly better than that, I'm not sure. But the Rx10iv can do 1/1000th, which is a real big benefit. Also, another thing to take note, if we adjust our aperture, let's go back on our Apple. 2f613, we've still got 1,000. But as soon as you go to f8, we get up to 2,000th of a second native sync speed with flash, which is handy, I suppose, in some situations, like super bright light or whatever. But you need some seriously bright light to overpower that. So yeah, I normally use it up to 1,000th of a second, but obviously if we're shooting f8 and above, we've got 1/2,000th of a second as well. Just so I thought I'd mention that. The only downside is, though, we have no burst really with this. Pop-up flash obviously is taking battery power from the camera, so no burst at all with the pop-up flash. But with a flash gun on, it's still probably 2 or 3 a second. It's very slow compared to our 24 frames per second with no flash, with the electronic shutter. So huge difference in some respects, and usability in some respects as well. So yeah, it's a shame in that side of things, but I don't know if anything will ever be done about that if we ever see a Mark V. But anyway, I'm going to stick the flash gun on now. I'll try and do this as a one-hit wonder. I was holding my phone. So I've got high-speed sync turned off. So we're still at 1,000. So if we go menu now and go to high-speed sync on, let's see what the Rx10 can now do. Actually 1/4000th of a second, so I thought it was only 2,000. So basically now we can shoot 1/4000th of a second. But also now, because we've got a flash gun which we can bounce from, we can now bounce the light around a bit and hopefully give us more of an interesting looking photo. Still nice and sharp, even at 4,000th of a second. It's allowing us to also, we can send the light to the right. But I just thought I'd show you quickly what's possible, even just with a flash just on top of camera. So any flash gun which will give you high-speed sync option, yes, the Rx10iv can do it, and it's up to 1/4000th of a second, which is bonkers anyway. That's plenty fast enough, really. But I say 1,000th of a second is extremely fast as well, as a native thing. So if we go back to that, it should allow us to go to 1,000th of a second back with a pop-up flash. So Yeah, really simple way of doing it. A flash gun is always going to be better than the pop-up flash, but the little pop-up flash when it's out and about is also very good for doing insects on plants and things like that, because you can just give it a little bit of pop with the lighting, and also it helps freeze your subject as well. So just remember that in future, having a little pop-up flash really does help, especially at 600, even at 600 millimeters at the closest focusing point at 72 centimeters. I've used it loads of times with a butterfly sitting on there, or a fly, or dragonfly and stuff like that. You can really get some good results with it. So anyway, don't forget to click the subscribe button, little notification bell as well. I just thought I'd show you that as a quick little video of all the sync speeds and everything. Very easy to use, and yeah, good results. See you later.